Clouds, warm and gusty with periods of rain developing on Wednesday. Good Tuesday night, East Tennessee. David Aldridge, Captain Accurate here from the Captain Accurate Weather Command Center. Well, we hit 62 today as expected, but not everybody shared in the low 60s. Maybe if you were in Sevierville, you were in the mid 60s, but it was generally in the upper 50s for Kingston, Crossville, Wartburg, and Jamestown. Even LaFollette coming in at 57. Well, it was 60 today in Morristown and 63 air in Tellico Plains in Athens. By the way, we did pick up just a very small amount of rain, 0.01. Was expecting spots of rain. That's about all we had. 62 was the high. That occurred at 3:14 this afternoon. And we had the morning low that just after the 1 o'clock time frame, 1:20 a.m., according to the records at McGee-Tyson Airport. Normal high and low is 51.33. The record low, 10 degrees from 1882 when Chester A. Arthur was president, like a long time ago. 65, the high temperature today in Chattanooga, 60 in Johnson City, 60 in Bowling Green. Those are the high temperatures. They saw 70 today in Greenville, South Carolina. Wouldn't it be cool if we could be near 70? In fact, we are. Tomorrow, we should be around 69. I think we're going to push 70 in some parts of East Tennessee, and I'll show you what those parts are here in just a moment. But there's some rain back towards, say, Paducah, Jackson, Tennessee. We've got about a 30% chance we get rain tonight. Most of that will be drifting toward the Tennessee and Kentucky line here in the next couple of hours. Nothing to see as we approach the 8:15 time frame, but there is some flood concerns in green back toward parts of Middle Tennessee and into Kentucky. But the ultimate Doppler radar presented by your local Marco's Pizza. Oh, yes, Marco's Pizza, they deliver. If you want to check out one of their hot pizzas, you could go to Hardin Valley, Farragut. They have locations, by the way, in Maryville, Fountain City, Halls, Oak Ridge, Middlebrook Pike, and Ebenezer Road. They give back to No Kid Hungry. They give back to East Tennessee Children's Hospital. You got to love a pizza place that is community-focused. Pepperoni Magnifico is one of their many options. I like the deluxe pizza, too. But this one's for less than $10. Check it out, marcos.com. They do deliver late, so check them out as at your convenience. By the way, as you can see, there is some snow in Iowa. I point this out because winter may have disappeared here, but it's just on a vacation from us. It's still causing some issues, I'm sure, across parts of Minnesota and Iowa. There's also some snow across look at the Pacific Northwest, northern Idaho, and into Washington State, and some thunderstorms off the coast of Florida. Now, we've picked up 3.63, so we're making some headway. We're making some progress, y'all. 5 inches is what we typically see in a month. That's rain and melted snow combined. But we've had 3.63, and that is the combined nature of the rain and melted snow, because we picked up 0.7 inches of snow about a week ago Wednesday. So that's the way things are. Let me show you the future rainfall. Now, I talked about periods of rain developing. It's not going to happen first thing tomorrow morning. May not even happen at midday for some of you, but it will eventually fill in for the second half of the day. So some of us in like Fentress County, Crossville, Cumberland County could pick up a half inch to an inch. That's certainly on the table. Oneida could be closing in on 8 tenths or so, 8.84. So this is just estimated, but it gives you a good sense. Maybe Knoxville closer to a quarter, and maybe a third for Oak Ridge, the way things are shaping up, at least the trend through 11 o'clock tomorrow night. And then we start the dry pattern. It will be pretty dry heading into the weekend. Go Vols. Oh, yes, there's some Vol forecast to talk about. The big game, of course, as we know, is not here, but it's in Columbus, Ohio. That game, of course, Ohio State, is at 8 o'clock on Saturday. It's on ABC. It's / ESPN. I guess it's a hybrid. But whether it's 10-2 Ohio State or 10-2 Tennessee Volunteers, it's a big game. Temperatures should be in the mid-20s for kickoff and low 20s by the end of the game. That's the actual temperature. Now, factor in the wind, just 5 to 10 plus. 5 to 10 plus out of the north-northwest could bring the feels like down to the mid-teens. So if you're one of the fans in the stands and you're not running up and down the field to stay warm, you may get pretty chilly. So maybe a good set of gloves and maybe a hand warmer wouldn't be a bad idea when you think about what's to come in Columbus. By the way, the earth is tilted at 23.5 degrees. We didn't do that. That's not our fault, but it's true. It's what gives us our seasons, and we are about to change to the seasons greetings that we typically see around the 21st, 22nd of December. This go around, this year in 2024, it is happening on the 21st, which will occur at 4:50 in the morning on Saturday. That is the shortest day of the year, the longest night in the northern hemisphere, as the Earth's axis is tilted away from the sun, so hence we get longer nights. By the way, the Captain Accurate Weather app with Pete Michaels Traffic has a new update, 6.9.1. I hope you've downloaded it. I hope you've allowed that to update, because you get 10 days now A 10-day forecast for virtually anywhere on the planet. A 48-hour forecast, that's the hour by hour for 2 days. Improved satellite mapping, power outages, air quality alerts, and so much more. You can choose whether you want the state or the county power outages, and after a hurricane like we had in Helene in North Carolina, it's helpful to know who has power and who does not. It also includes now the drought monitor, so you want to make sure you download that today. That drought monitor will come out on Thursday morning. By the way, headlines: clouds warm and gusty. I'm expecting gusts around 35 miles per hour tomorrow afternoon. They will pick up, and that's a warm wind, my friend. It's coming in from the southwest, so that could push us near 70. Well, at least the upper 60s. Periods of rain will also develop tomorrow, but that's mostly the second half of the day, mostly in the afternoon. And then it leaves us with a mostly sunny Thursday that looks fantastic. Now, what's interesting is how the Storm Prediction Center has begun to pivot. Pivot? What do you mean, like pivot? Isolated severe storm. Like we could have severe weather around here? That's what they're thinking now. The light green would be general thunderstorms. But tomorrow, and particularly the second half of the day, at night, it has the chance for some isolated severe storms in Nashville, Murfreesboro, Jackson, Tennessee, as well as Jamestown and Knoxville. So this is something we'll be watching closely. It does not look like it makes it to Gatlinburg or Newport, but it does come pretty close to all of Knox County. So we want to be on the lookout for potentially some strong, isolated severe storms, potentially Wednesday night. Now Thursday, the only chance for thunder appears to be South Florida, but nothing going on. We're going to have a nice sun-filled day on Thursday, but Thursday's high struggles to get above 52. So from 69 to 52, that's a big drop in temperature. Here's the front. That's why I left a 30% chance of rain tonight, but a lot of it begins to lift where? It lifts up toward Kentucky, and if we get a passing shower in the morning, don't be surprised, but the bulk of it is back toward Memphis. It's associated with the cold front. That kind of slides in for the second half of the day. So that's midday, 12:15 Wednesday, and it fills in like so. So we pick up about, as I say, about a quarter to a third of an inch in the valley, probably closer to a half inch to an inch closer to the plateau. By Thursday, it's all sunshine, and yes, there will be some snowflakes. Not on Thursday, but coming into the second half of Friday for the Smokies. This will trough, and the cold air behind it with that front will help bring some moisture into the Smokies, and it may collect a few flakes there. No big deal, but it will produce a few flakes like you can see there. So I'd leave about a 30% chance at a minimum for the higher terrain to see some flakage by Friday night, Saturday morning. Future visibility doesn't look all that great. Still some fog is a possibility first thing on Wednesday morning. Here's your forecast. Tonight down to 53. That's where we were this morning, but that morning low came at 1:20 a.m. And we may have a similar situation where the temperatures could rise briefly overnight, but more clouds, fog, and a 30% chance of rain showers. Tonight we dropped to 51 Wartburg, Oneida, and Sunbright, 52 for Morristown, White Pine, Talbot, 52 for Sharps Chapel, Maynardville, and also Oak Ridge and Norris, and 52 for Maryville, as well as Seymour for the overnight low. Record high tomorrow is out of reach. I think it's out of reach, 73 from 1924. That would put us within 4 degrees, but I think it's just out of reach. I just thought I'd kind of throw it out there just for context. Clouds, warm and gusty, gusts around 35 miles per hour, but they'll be generally 5 to 15 plus as the periods of rain form, particularly in the second half of your day. 70 is possible, he says. 70 is possible for Tellico Plains, and look at Newport, 73. So there could be some low 70s in a line between Tellico Plains and Madisonville, over towards Sevierville and Newport. We'll watch that closely tomorrow. Low 60s, I think, is a reasonable expectation for Crossville, Fairfield, Glade, and Jamestown for a high temperature tomorrow. And La Follette should make it up to about 64 on Wednesday. Here's your Captain Accurate Weather Authority forecast with Christmas Eve in view. I say that because old Santa, he's going to need some good weather, and it looks like he's going to get it. It's just cold in the mornings. It would have been cold enough for snow when you got 20s on the board, but we're void of precipitation. I've got a sunny day on Sunday. I got another sunny day on Monday, and mostly sunny on Christmas Eve itself. We'll have more updates on Christmas tomorrow, but that gives you an idea of where things are. They will get colder, but overnight lows tonight pretty mild at 53 degrees. By the way, you can keep track of it all using the Captain Accurate Weather app with Pete Michaels Traffic. It's free. You get all the extras mentioned, power outages, drought monitor, 10-day forecast, and of course, Pete Michaels Traffic. So you get weather and traffic. They're perfect together. And I think it's a great thing to have, especially since it's free. You can put it on your iPad and also your smartphone. Well, my name is David Aldridge. Some people call me Captain Accurate. It's not easy being accurate, so weather doesn't surprise you. We'll see you here next time. Take care.